Hi, I'm Ron.
And I'm Don.
And this is the Ron and Don Show. Thank you for joining us today. We're pleased to be at the production facility of Florida Stainless Fabricators here in Orlando. Florida Stainless Fabricators has been a known supplier to Don and I in our career, I would have to say, over the course of our careers. These guys have been around and done a lot of great things for us.
Yeah, they've worked on my projects for over 30 years. The quality is excellent. The flexibility is excellent, and they are just really great people to work with.
So in this first of three-part series, we're going to take a good deep dive into the refurbishment of custom-built or integrated built-in stainless cabinets.
In the first 7 to 15 years of custom cabinetry, you're going to run into some problems, and a list of it is showing up on your screen now. Refrigeration systems may not hold temperature for a number of reasons. The old refrigerants may need to be replaced. Evaporators may have lost fins. You may have multiple refrigeration systems hooked up with solenoid valves, and it's causing you difficulties. Drawers and doors may be falling apart. The cabinetry may be in bad shape. You may have leaking steam tables or inaccessible drain lines within the cabinetry, or cleanouts and drain lines around the cabinetry you can't get to clean out. You may have a built-up curb that's built on, and you'll have pest and rodent issues. Bad cross-traffic problems as a result of change in menus and relocation of service equipment and cooking equipment adjacent to it. You may also have had vendors in who've cut it up and really cobbled up and made a mess of the particular cabinetry.
Well, it begs the question then, after 7 to 15 years of service and with so many likely problems that one could have, why not just go ahead and replace the equipment?
Oftentimes, custom cabinets are a 10-year life or longer, so you may have capitalized costs in it. And if only a few of that long list are a problem, you should seriously consider seeing if you can extend the life by modifications we're going to talk about here. One of the keys here is, if you have to replace, it's going to be far more expensive than modifications, and we can figure out a way to capitalize those upgrades and modifications, because you're enhancing the piece of equipment, you're extending the useful life, and you're making something work that otherwise you'd have to spend a lot of money to throw away and start over. If it isn't causing operational problems and it's just little things, modifications is a better choice.
So who says you don't use math in a daily life? Upgrades plus enhancements equal capitalization. That's what I just heard.
Exactly.
Okay, let's go through some of the examples of how you might in-place refurbish some existing stainless steel cabinets. Number one, I think of probably the most frequent one is refrigeration systems, refrigerated drawers, under-counter refrigeration systems.
Refrigeration systems may have old refrigerants, as I talked about. It may be multiple refrigeration systems tied in with solenoid valves that don't work properly. Condensers may be worn out. Evaporators are not in great condition. And you can increase the efficiency of the evaporators and the condensers and gain temperature holding capabilities that you may not be able to do with the existing interior components. The doors and the drawers may not fit right. You can buy new doors, and I have had Florida Stainless Fabricators build, and take a look at the graphics here, custom built replacement drawer assemblies where you just have to cut out a center cross section of a normal cabinet and slide in a whole assembly. And it's a whole lot easier to clean inside that cabinet after it's done, as well as work on the evaporators internally. So I would strongly recommend things like that, because they are far better built than even your original piece of equipment's stuff. Open top refrigeration can be integrated by cutting the cabinet, and if the curb is underneath it, cutting the curb and rolling in another refrigerator where you may not have had one because of the changes in the menus. You have to have additional refrigeration across from a saute or whatever.
There's one of those right there.
Exactly. Then you also could get stainless steel, steam tables will have to be replaced because they leak and they cause all kinds of problems. Heat lamps, the wiring degenerates from all the steam and the grease. So you have a lot of things you can do to upgrade an existing cabinet without starting over from scratch.
So I would imagine when you're talking about refrigeration, you can upgrade all those components from not only the hardware, the actual drawer guides and drawers themselves, but also the refrigeration. And I would imagine that includes either self-contained on-site refrigeration or the remote systems.
Exactly.
With the remote condensers.
If you have remote refrigeration lines that are bad, of course, you'll have to work on that separately. But one of the keys here is I have normally done cook or chef counter upgrades and modifications for less than $20,000, sometimes less than $10,000. You're going to capitalize that over 7 years, and you can figure out the math pretty easily. A chef's counter replacement generally is $50,000 to $120,000. That'll be capitalized over 10 years. The monthly depreciation that the restaurant will see is less on the refurb, assuming you don't have all kinds of operational problems with the design of the original equipment. If you have the problems with the design of the original equipment, you've got to go for all new.
So what we're talking about here again is the first of a three-part series talking about stainless steel. This first part is talking specifically about the refurbishment of existing stainless steel, and to Don's point, there may be a number of reasons why that is the best fit for a particular restaurant with a particular set of problems. Again, we'd like to say thank you to Florida Stainless for hosting us today, and I'm Ron.
And I'm Don.
This is the Ron and Don Show. Thanks for being with us. Please subscribe.